Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good weekend so far. Happy Sunday. And we got the time three old guys crashed our party story time. So the reason, dude, that's already funny, but the reason this was hilarious because it was our friend's party. And the best way I can describe this friend of ours, dude, was like, you know the dude in Project X, Thomas Cubs, right? The one whose party it is, dude, he was just like him. The whole, like, so what happened is a week before the party, right? He's like, oh, my parents are going to be out of town next weekend. He shouldn't have told us that. He really shouldn't have. Because we were like, yo, we got to throw a party, or we at least got to come over. And he kept saying all week, he was like, you guys can come over, but we're not having a party. And we were grinding it, dude. We were like, please, let us throw a party. Let us throw a party. And we basically begged this dude all week. Like, we just grinded him every day. Like, come on, let's have a party. Let's have a party. You'll meet girls. You'll get fucked up. Like, come on. We'll help clean, right? We're just saying anything to get him to say yes, or we're trying to, right? Well, finally, let's say he told us on Monday the week before and they were leaving next weekend, whatever. Dude, not for a whole week. And then on Thursday or Friday, I can't remember what date it is, he just randomly calls me, and it was one of the group calls, and we had our other friends on there, and he's like, you know what? We can have a little party. Like, we can have some people over, right? Dude, we went nuts. We were like, yes, this is going to be good. Now, we knew we were set up for ourselves, like our little friend group of 4 or 5 people. I had weed. I had some White Claws left that were only for me, but then my friend had alcohol, some other people had alcohol, and then we were just going to tell people to bring your own stuff, you know what I mean? Because that's how it usually goes, unless it's like whoever's throwing the party's rich and they just got bottles around, but I've only seen that like 1 or 2 times ever. So we were like, yeah, we'll bring stuff. We'll tell other people to bring whatever. We'll be good, right? He's like, okay. So the day of the party, right? Let's say we're partying at 8 or 9. We go over to his house at like 12 or like 1 p.m., like whatever, like the time it is right now that I'm recording this, dude. We go over there, and the party's not for 7 hours, but we hadn't even told people about it yet. It was a day of thing because he didn't want a lot of people there. He just wanted some. So we're like, okay, the day of the party, we'll tell people about it because then it won't be as crazy as if, you have a week in advance or a couple days in advance to ask people. So we post a little thing, and we had to make it invite only just so, he wouldn't tweak out, there wouldn't be too many people. But in all reality, just like one other time, we got asked to set up a party, and then it got way too big. So we didn't want that happening, but we knew we're definitely inviting more people than he says, even though that's messed up, disrespectful probably. We didn't care, dude. We were like, we want to party. We're going to party. Let's get it going, right? And if it was my house, I probably would have been pissed. So I get it. Like, I get why he didn't even want to have a party in the first place, but we already committed to it, right? So we invite however many people over, and we were thinking, we were like, do you think we'll have to talk to the neighbors, just like in Project X, dude? We were like, do you think we should talk to them, tell them that it's going to be loud later? We were like, nah, but let's go outside to smoke, and then if we see anybody, we'll just say hi, be nice, like maybe mention it, but only if they're already outside. Those are the first time I saw those 3 old guys, right? They were just walking into a garage, like 2 houses, like to the left and then across the street. So diagonal from the house we were at, there's these 3 old guys moving stuff into a garage. They were like setting up chairs, setting up tables. Looks like they were having their own little party there. I looked at them for like 30 seconds, paid no attention to it, paid no mind. I was like, whatever, dude. Like, they can party too. That's fine. I don't care. So we're hanging out all day, and honestly, like, we just sat there and played Madden for a few hours. Like, we didn't do shit, dude. We just waited until it was time for people to show up. Well, people start showing up, and they showed up earlier than you'd think. If a normal party starts at, like, I don't know, maybe 9:30 to 11-ish, somewhere in that range, people started getting here at, like, 8:39. So it was a little earlier than you would expect, but whatever, dude. So people start showing up, and I got to be honest with you, the first like 12 people that came were all dudes. So we're just sitting there sausage festing it up, dude. It was fucked because there was me and my friends plus like 12 others. So there's just like 15 dudes sitting there, which is how that shit does happen sometimes. Not the whole time, but to start a party, dude, the dudes always come first. So we're sitting there like, damn, we need some girls. And I texted a few friends that were girls to check if they were coming or still coming. They're like, yeah, we're coming. I was like, okay, cool. It won't be like this the whole time. Well, more and more people start coming, and girls came. Like it was all good, and we decide, okay, let's order a pizza. Before the party gets too big, like we'll just get some pizza. That way we can, like, if anybody's complaining later, whatever people say, like we did order a pizza at some point. We tried. You know what I mean? Well, that's the second time I saw the old guy because we ordered the pizza and people were just kept coming into the party as the pizza was on its way. So let's say there's like 30 people there when the pizza gets there, maybe 40, okay? Maybe 40, who knows? Like it was getting bigger and bigger. The pizza get there, I go outside because it was already paid for. I just had to grab it from the guy. Well, when I go out there, the garage is still open diagonal and they have a TV on and they have a poker table set up and I see these old guys. And when I went outside to get the pizza, they were watching all these people come into the house, or not all these people, but just they were watching how we were having a party and people were coming in and out, right? And I made eye contact with the old guys and one of them kind of looked at me and like went like that and I just kind of waved, but I still didn't think anything of it. I go back inside and I'm looking for my friend. I set the pizzas down and stuff, and I made sure to grab 2 slices and just dip because I knew people were going to kill that pizza. So I just grabbed 2 slices. Dude, I walked off. I was like, fuck it. Probably should have just grabbed one, but what are you going to do, dude? Like, me and my friends know each other. The other people we don't know really, so fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do what you got to do. I walk away, I start eating the pizza, right? Well, while I'm finishing the pizza, I'm looking out this dude's front window because I'm like watching people come and watching people park and just seeing people enter the party and shit. Like basically just watching, you know what I mean? Just people watching. And I'm standing there eating the pizza, walking through the window, and I see the old guys come out of their garage, right? But not just the guy that like waved at me, all of his friends, and there were 3 of them, so not all, I made it sound like there was a lot of them. It was the one dude who waved to me, and then he had 2 friends with him. So they start like slowly walking over, and you can tell that. I mean, obviously you could tell when someone's elderly, but you could tell these dudes were like old, like they've been through it. Because the one dude's like limping. The one dude, I don't think anyone had a cane, but I just remember like the one dude needed help walking a good amount, right? So I see them walking across the street, and my first thought is, oh, they're coming to tell us that either they're calling the cops or the cops are on their way, or we need to be quiet. I thought it was going to be something bad for sure. So I'm watching, and before they get to the door, because I don't want them to like have to be knocking and ringing on the doorbell, and there's still people continuously coming in and out of the house, I see him walking up, and my friend, like he was present, he could have talked to him, but I was just thinking, I'm already right here, let me just deal with it. So I go outside, and I'm like, hey, you guys, everything okay? We being too loud? Because that's why I assumed they were going to say, they were going to be like, yeah, you guys need to be quiet. But no, they just said, we were just wondering if we could get an invite for a little bit. Like, are you guys hanging out, just partying a little bit? You guys college kids? We were in high school, but obviously don't want to tell that to some random adult in the neighborhood when you're throwing a party and there's drinks everywhere. They ask for an invite. I'm like, shit, I don't know what to say. And I tell them, like, it's not my party. And they sounded so sad. They're like, oh, okay, man. Like, thanks anyways, basically. And then I felt too bad to say no. I was like, nah, come on. Like, it's fine, dude. And in my head, I was like, if my friend has anything to say about it, I'll tell him to chill out. Like, it's his neighbors, you know what I mean? It's not like they're gonna do anything creepy, or I don't think they will. So I invite the 3 old guys in, like, fuck it, right? I guess they didn't crash the party, but we invited them in, but still, like, I wouldn't have invited them, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think they were gonna show up. I just felt like an asshole, so I let them come in, dude. You would think, like, if old guys come into a party, what's the main thing they would do? Your first thought might be, I don't know, they're gonna be boring. Maybe they'll be weird and flirting with like teenage girls, you know what I mean? Because it is a high school party, like that would be a creepy scenario. No, dude, the one guy starts doing fucking magic tricks. Like he had cards, he had the handkerchief thing. He starts doing magic tricks. And one of the other old guy, I don't know what he was doing. One of them, I don't know what he was doing, but 2 of them, I knew what they were doing. The one dude was doing magic tricks, and one guy starts pouring up shots, dude. Like someone had brought a bottle and thought it was funny. And you know how people are about sharing at parties? Like sometimes they let you, sometimes they don't. And usually what it is they're like, oh yeah, only my friend group can drink out of this, or only these people can do it, which is acceptable. It's normal, right? Well, everybody wanted to drink with the old guy. So the old guy comes in and he's like, pour me up a shot. Let's get it going, right? Like he's saying shit. They pour him up a shot. He takes it straight tequila down the hatch. Doesn't even make a face. He just kind of shook his head a little bit, but he didn't make a face. He was just like, you know? He just manned up and took it. Well, they pour him another one. He takes that one. And he's like, well, do you guys have any limes? And they're like, no, we don't. So he's like, let me go get some. So he walks across the street, goes back to his house, gets limes, comes back to the party. And when he brought the limes, then the other two old guys showed up. The one guy stopped doing magic tricks. The other one, I don't know what he was doing. He was really the only one I didn't talk to at all. He was kind of the quiet old guy, right? But all three of them walk up and they just keep taking shots, dude. And it was fucking hilarious. Like, they're telling stories. They're like, back in the day when we used to party, everyone would be dancing. Now you guys just stand here and jump around to rap music. But back in the day, we'd be dancing at these parties, you know? There'd be slower music. They're telling us some wild stories about how, you know, they were at a bar and not fighting, like some random stories they were telling. But they were fire. Like, they were good stories. Well, obviously the old guys drink, but I didn't think they smoked. So I said something out loud to my friend, and one of the old guys was near me, but I didn't think he was going to react. I just go, hey, I'm going to go smoke this bowl or whatever. I said joint or bowl or blunt or whatever it was. I was like, I'm going to go out and smoke. And the old guy goes, do you mind if I get a toke? I was like, hell nah, I don't mind, dude. Like, of course, like, come smoke, you know? Because it's like smoking with a grandpa, dude. Like, it's funny. So he comes outside and I have whatever. So I give it to him first and he's hitting it, dude. He coughs his ass off. I finished the bowl because we didn't really talk about much. I think we talked about like some random celebrities or some shit. We come back inside. The old guy was fried. He sat his ass on this, like, the best way I could describe it is a dad chair. It was just one of those big, like big lazy boy kind of chairs. The old guy sits in it and passes the fuck out. The other two are still taking shots, and I just started going hard. I was like, if these old guys are going hard, you can't let them out party you, you know? Like, they came to party, we're gonna party. So I had White Claws, and I remember just chugging them, and smoking, chugging. And for the next, like, 3 hours, I just didn't stop putting substances in me. It was just alcohol, weed. Oh, you got this? I'll take this. Like, I was just going. By the end of the night, dude, the one guy that smoked was still sleeping. He slept for probably, like, 4 hours. The other two took shots for like 2-3 hours, and then we were all just fucked up. And they were standing there. And the funniest thing that I think happened is at a certain point in the party, like half the people were still there, half the crowd was kind of leaving. And the two old guys that were still there, dude, asked for aux. Like, they knew what that was. They were like, hey, can we put songs on the speaker, dude? And they were putting on these old ass, like, country party songs and these, like, Irish bar songs, dude. It was fucking hilarious. We were sitting in there, like, you guys really crashed the party. Like, they made the party their own. Like, I know I invited them over, but dude, we were not expecting that. Like, you'd think they would be calm, and they were some elderly party animals is the best way I can put it. I mean, who expects that? We tried to convince my friend all week, let's throw a party, nothing wild's gonna happen. And then 3 of his old ass neighbors crash the party, are taking shots, take aux, and play songs. Like, it was hilarious, dude. And they were like dancing and shit. It's like, Jesus, man. I just hope if I'm even close to alive at that age, that'd be cool. But second, to be partying at that age, that's wild. That's wild. But yeah, that's the time 3 old guys crashed our party story time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share, or just subbing means a lot. Everything else, whatever. But appreciate you watching. Sub if you like the video. If you're going through something, my Instagram's linked. Same name as my YouTube. Just go there, DM me. I'll get back to you within a day or two. Thanks for watching. Be safe. Peace out.